Yo, welcome to Nerdy Soul. My name is Chris, the Geek and Sneaks, and today we're going to be doing a quick 5 and 5 review about the game Ahoy, coming to us from Leader Games, who kindly provided this review copy for me. So, was really excited to get a chance to check this out. I haven't played Root before, just because I just haven't had a chance. It's a really big game, but this is sort of a micro scale version of Root, and was really excited to check it out. I'm here at Tennessee Game Days in Nashville, which is sort of a 3-day con where we're just playing a bunch of games, getting a lot of stuff done. So I'm just doing a little recording of the games as I get a chance to play them. And so, yeah, I'm excited to talk to you about Ahoy. So without further ado, let's dive in. Now, Ahoy is a very, very popular game. Again, it's sort of like Root adjacent. It's a smaller scale version of Root. So if you have played Root and you kind of want a quicker version of Root, Ahoy is designed for you. Obviously, the pirate theme looks great. It's got the arts that's similar to Root. It is for 2 to 4 players and plays in 45 to 75 minutes. I think that's when you know how to play. It took us a little bit longer for our first game learning. But okay, so let's just dive right into the positive things about review that I really like, or about Ahoy that I really like. The first thing about Ahoy that I really like is the asymmetry in this game is off the chain. So this is the retail version. I actually got a chance to play with the deluxe components in my picture, so that's what you'll see. It has metal coins and stuff, but the asymmetry is great. So in this game, we played a 4-player game. You're going to have smugglers, and you're going to have 2 other factions. I believe you have the Bluefin Squadron, the Mollusk Union, and then the smugglers. And so each one of them plays slightly differently. The smugglers play more similarly. They have more of the same goal, while the other 2 are different. The squadron and the union, they are trying to control the islands. So they want to spread out their troops, and they have different styles how they do this. Spread out their troops amongst the islands. To every round, they're going to score points for the islands they control, the value of those islands. The smugglers, we are trying to go and smuggle goods and crew members from one location to another location in the island. As you're trying to do both of these things for all the players, you're going to interact with each other's ships, with each other's patrols. You're going to battle using dice. The primary way you're going to be playing in this game is going to be taking 2 actions every turn. Every player has got 4 dice, so 2 turns every round, except for the Bluefin Squadron has 5 dice, so they get an extra action every round. Okay, so you're going to roll those dice, and you're going to place those dice on your turn to kind of do actions, which helps you to sail around. You can explore, expand the map. The map starts with 2 squares and expands out to where you have all these things. All the different islands have different icons for where they are. Okay. The first thing I really like about this game, again, is the asymmetry, so that's great. It's very, very fun. The second thing I like about this game is the action selection with the dice. There is a lot of thought that happens with dice placement, even though you only have 2 dice. So if you decide to just sail normally, you might use one of your lower dice, like a 1, to do that, because you will, regardless of the dice value, you will only move 1 or 2 spaces, okay? You could choose to tailwind. You place the exact number dice to go to a location with that exact number dice on it. So you can really fly across the map in this way, but that's a whole action to do that. You could use your dice to load your cannons because you might be getting ready for a battle. So you roll like a 6, maybe you load your cannons with that, and then you go fight someone. You each roll 1d6. Whoever has the highest value wins, and you can use your cannons to increase that dice value when you fight. So there's a lot of cool selection in that, but it's actually pretty thinky because everyone works differently. So my objective works totally different than the Mollusk Union, and the Mollusk Union uses cards, that's extra ships. The Bluefin Squadron has like shark stuff that they're putting out. They're putting a lot of sharks. They have sort of these large, I can't remember what they're called. They're basically squadrons that prohibit you from smuggling. So yeah, I love that. The third thing I like is that the smugglers impact the Bluefin Squadron and the Mollusk Union. So the smugglers, when they successfully smuggle cargo, they increase the value of region. Okay, so there's a little blue dice in the middle that is value. When you first discover a region, you get one of the tiles, you twist it, and you lay it down accordingly, and it gets a 1 pip on it. When I was a smuggler, when I successfully smuggled something to that region, the value of that region went up, which attracted both the Blue Friend Squadron and the Mollusk Union to try to control that region because they're going to get points. Sorry about that, I had the announcements. But yeah, if I'm increasing the value of that region, it's making them come to get points that way. The Smugglers is a pretty hard faction, and that's because we only get points for successfully smuggling cargo, and there's a limited amount of cargo because cargo is dual-based cards, and this is number 4 for this. I love the dual-based cards of this. You can either upgrade your crew, right, by paying gold to add them to your crew, which makes your whole faction a bit stronger in very specific ways. You can help repair damage if you lose in battle, help with navigating, things like that. Or for smugglers, you can use those cards as goods to smuggle. So there's limited sort of resources in that way. When you successfully smuggle a good, you basically pledge towards one of the other 2 factions. You're betting on, at the end of the game, who has the most control with the island icons. So that's how smugglers can catch up at the end. It's pretty difficult to do. I'll talk about that at the end, but I really like that mechanic. The next thing I really like are the components. I love wooden components. They've got dual layer player boards. The art is really great. It's just a fantastic production game across the board. It's a really simple one, but just wanted to say that off the top. Great job with the production on this game. The deluxe edition does have all the screen printed things and stuff like that, which I think are a little bit better. So honestly, I'd say if you think this is a game for you, I would almost, like, the gold coins are great. I would almost say, like, totally invest in the gold deluxe coins if you think you would play this often. But the retail edition itself is quite nice. It's not required. You don't need it, but it is quite nice. Okay. The final thing I want to say on this game is I really enjoyed the battling. And it was so simple, but it's almost required if you want to be a smuggler to win. You have to go battle. I really enjoyed that it was simple, it was to the point, because there's so many other decisions being made in this game that I don't want to spend my time knowing how to battle. I want it to be quick, I want to be fast, and the game really isn't about battling, it's about all your other decisions. And the tiles all have different sort of sections on them. There's wreckage that you have to navigate through, there's islands you can go on, and when you're on an island you can take free actions. There's just a lot of really fun combos in Ahoy. Big fan of that. One thing that I think could be improved, it does tend to feel like it is slightly imbalanced the first time you play this. The first time you play this, if you're going to be the smuggler, it's very difficult to win. I'll say that. You're probably not going to win because you don't quite know what to do until later in the game, and by that point, the other factions are way ahead of you. But I love that once you play it once and you know how smugglers work, I totally want to play a smuggler again. It's like a challenge. Can I win as a smuggler? I really like that. And I try to play differently, which is going and fighting more often and really mitigating the amount of control points that these players are getting, because that is what prevented us from winning as smugglers, was they had too much control and we were more focused on smuggling and we weren't focused on battling. So I would definitely recommend doing that if you're playing with smugglers. That is Ahoy. It is something I will 100% keep in my collection. I love pirate games, and honestly, this is one of the best pirate games that I've played. It's super great. I would totally be into the expansions. Big fan of those. Let me know if you've got a chance to play Ahoy, what you think about it compared to Root, if you played Root. And yeah, thanks again for checking out this video. Leave me a like or a comment and let me know if you enjoyed it. And until next time, remember to kick back and play.